OpenRouter just dropped another stealth model that nobody saw coming. This thing has a 256,000 token context window. It handles images, text, and crushes complex coding tasks. And you can start using it right now through their API. I'm going to show you exactly what makes BERT Nebulon Alpha different and how you can access it today. So here's what happened. OpenRouter dropped a stealth model called BERT Nebulon Alpha. No announcement, no warning, just showed up on their platform. And when I dug into this thing, I realized this is not your average AI model. This is built for production, real work, not demos. Let me explain what that means. Most AI models you see are built for chatting, for writing emails, for simple stuff. BERT Nebulon Alpha is different. It's a multimodal model. That means it takes text and images as input and gives you text back. But here's where it gets interesting. The context window is massive. We're talking 256,000 tokens. To put that in perspective, that's like reading an entire book and remembering every detail. Most models forget what you said 3 messages ago. This thing remembers everything, and that opens up possibilities most people haven't even thought about yet. Let me break down what makes this model special. First, extended context coherence. When you're working on long documents, research papers, or complex projects, the model doesn't lose track. It maintains coherence over tens of thousands of words. That's huge for anyone doing serious work with AI. Second, stable performance. A lot of AI models are good at one thing but terrible at another. BERT Nebulon Alpha is designed to be predictable across different tasks: coding, writing, analysis, research. It handles all of it without randomly breaking down. Third, competitive coding performance. If you're building software or automating workflows, this model can write code, and according to early testing, it's really good at it. Fourth, adaptive reasoning. This isn't a model that just spits out the first answer it thinks of. It actually reasons through problems, which means better answers, more accurate results. Now, let me tell you who this model is for. If you're building AI assistants for your business, this is perfect. If you're working with retrieval systems that need to search through massive databases, this handles it. If you're doing scientific research or complex data analysis, this model can process huge amounts of information. And if you're building agentic workflows where AI needs to chain together multiple tasks, this is one of the best options out there. Here's something you need to know though. OpenRouter logs your prompts and responses. They use that data to improve the model. So if you're working with sensitive information, keep that in mind. But for most use cases, this isn't a problem. And the trade-off is you get access to a cutting-edge model that's constantly getting better. Now, before we go further, let me tell you about something that can help you take this even further. If you want to learn how to save time and automate your business with AI tools like BERT Nebulon Alpha, you need to check out my AI Profit Boardroom. This is where we go deep on AI automation. We test every new tool, we figure out what actually works, and we show you step by step how to implement these tools in your business so you can scale faster and serve more customers. The link is in the description. If you're serious about using AI to grow your business, this is the best place to do it. Now let's get back to BERT Nebulon Alpha. Now let's talk about how you actually use this thing. It's on OpenRouter, which is a platform that gives you access to tons of AI models through one API. You don't need to sign up for 10 different services. You just connect to OpenRouter and pick which model you want to use. And BERT Nebulon Alpha is available right now. Here's how you access it. Go to OpenRouter, create an account if you don't have one, generate an API key, then you can start making calls to BERT Nebulon Alpha through their API. Works with standard API calls, nothing complicated. If you've used GPT or Claude through an API before, this works the same way. You send a request with your prompt, you get a response back, simple. And because it's multimodal, you can send images along with your text prompts. That means you can ask it to analyze charts, read screenshots, process diagrams, all in one request. Now here's where things get really interesting. The community is already testing this model and the feedback is split. Some people are saying this performs as well as top tier models like Claude Opus. Others are saying it's good, but not quite there yet. Here's what I think is happening. This model is optimized for specific tasks, long context tasks, complex reasoning, production workloads. It's not trying to be the best at everything. It's trying to be reliable, stable, predictable. And for business use cases, that's exactly what you want. You don't want a model that gives you genius level answers one day and garbage the next. You want consistency. And that's what BERT Nebulon Alpha delivers. Let me give you some real examples of how you could use this. Example 1, customer support automation. You feed this model your entire knowledge base, all your FAQs, all your product docs. Then when a customer asks a question, the model can pull from that massive context window and give an accurate answer. No hallucinations, no made up information, just real answers based on your actual data. Example 2, code review and debugging. You paste in thousands of lines of code. The model reads through all of it and finds bugs, suggests improvements, explains what's happening. This is way beyond what most models can handle. Example 3, research and analysis. You're working on a research project. You have 50 PDFs, hundreds of pages of notes. You feed all of that into BERT Nebulon Alpha. Then you ask it questions. It pulls from the entire data set and gives you synthesized answers. This is the kind of thing that would take a human days or weeks to do. The model does it in seconds. One thing people are asking is, how does this compare to other models? Here's my take. It's not trying to replace GPT-4 or Claude. It's trying to fill a specific gap in the market. There are plenty of models that are great for short conversations. But when you need to work with massive amounts of context, most models fall apart. BERT Nebulon Alpha doesn't. It stays coherent, it stays accurate, and that's its biggest strength. Another thing people are asking about is pricing. OpenRouter uses a pay-as-you-go model. You pay per token, just like other API services. The exact pricing varies depending on which model you're using, but the advantage is you're not locked into a subscription. You only pay for what you use, which is perfect if you're testing or building something new. Now let's talk about some limitations, because no model is perfect. First, it's still a stealth model. That means we don't know who built it. We don't know the exact architecture. Some people speculate it's a fine-tuned version of an existing model. Others think it's something completely new. We don't know for sure. Second, it's only available through OpenRouter. You can't download it and run it locally. You have to use their API. For most people, that's fine. But if you need complete control over your model, that might be a downside. Third, your data gets logged. Like I mentioned earlier, OpenRouter uses your prompts and responses to improve the model. If privacy is a major concern, you'll need to weigh that against the benefits. Now let me show you how to get started. Step 1, go to openrouter.ai. Step 2, sign up for an account. Step 3, navigate to your API settings and generate a key. Step 4, use that key to make API calls to BERT Nebulon Alpha. The model name you'll use in your API call is openrouter/BERT-Nebulon-Alpha. If you're not a developer, don't worry. There are tools and platforms that let you use OpenRouter models without writing code. You can connect it to tools like Make, Zapier, or custom GPTs. That way you can use BERT Nebulon Alpha without touching a single line of code. Now here's something cool. The community is already building with this model. People on Reddit are sharing their results. Some are using it for writing, some for coding, some for research. And the consensus is this thing is legit. It's not hype. It's not a gimmick. It's a real production-grade model that you can use today. Julian Goldie reads every comment, so make sure you comment below and let me know what you think about this model. Are you going to try it? What would you use it for? Drop a comment and let's talk about it. Now let me wrap this up with some predictions. I think we're going to see more stealth models like this. Companies are realizing they don't need to hype every release. They can just drop a model and let the results speak for themselves. And I think that's a good thing. It means less marketing, more substance. And for people actually building with AI, that's what matters. Here's my advice. If you're working on anything that requires long context, test this model. If you're building AI assistants, test this model. If you're automating complex workflows, test this model. You might find it's exactly what you've been looking for. And because it's on OpenRouter, it's easy to test. You don't need to commit to anything. Just run a few API calls and see how it performs. Now, before I go, I want to mention one more time. If you want to go deeper on AI automation and learn how to use tools like BERT Nebulon Alpha to scale your business and serve more customers, join my AI Profit Boardroom. This is where I share everything I'm learning about AI, every tool I test, every strategy that works, and it's the best place to connect with other people who are building with AI. The link is in the description. I'll see you inside. All right, that's it for today. Make sure you hit subscribe so you don't miss the next update, because AI is moving fast and there's always something new dropping. I'll see you in the next one.